Hello guys, welcome to another episode of To The Prem. It's the brand new series in 2018, FM 2018 anyway. And I've decided to reignite this series that I did last year with Great Yarmouth in 2017. However, as you do know, in Football Manager, or if you don't know, I start unemployed. So I take the team that will employ me from the lowest divisions and see if I can take them through the leagues to try and get them somewhere. So let's have a look at what we've got to do today. So we're in the game now, and as you can see, this is my social feed. As you can see, Elsie Amabang is my personal assistant, and we are still unemployed. So we can see we've got an array of clubs here. All I'm going to do is scroll and stop. So we stopped on the Hellenic League Division 1 East on a team called Henley. So this is the team I'm going to play with in Football Manager 18 To The Prem series. So let's get everything underway. Let's apply for the job. So we're going to declare interest in the job because that's what we do. They view the job advert and apply for the job. So there we go, guys. We've applied for the job. Let's see if we can get an interview for the Henley Town Football Club. But before we do, we've got to answer questions from the media because your name's been branded in connection with the Henley job. How do I feel about being linked with a low profile job? Well, I don't think it matters because this is our To The Prem series and this is where we're going to go. So let's take a look and see if we get the interview. As you can see, Oxford and Swindon want to offer me interviews, but I don't want to go to League 1 or League 2. I want to go to the Hellenic League 1 Div East, I think. So guys, we have made it to the interview stage for Henley Town. Gavin Murray wants to see me. He wants to discuss the future. So let's attend the interview. So of course, I'm happy to talk business. And they're asking if I'd like to work with limited resources. Of course. I want no philosophies because if I've judged on philosophies, that means I've got to deliver. And I don't know if I can do that. They want a mid-table finished. Well, we'll hopefully get better, but I'm going to agree to that because I don't want to see it too optimistic. They're going to offer me a wage budget of 1.5, and would I take nothing to be hired at the moment because I can imagine there's going to be absolutely no facilities at this club. So we're going to have to build this club. It's a building project, but not only that, it's getting them to the Premier League and actually doing something with it. So here we go, guys. 10th of July, Henley Town have offered me the position as manager on a 1-year contract. And look at the name of their ground, The Triangle. I'm going to have fun looking into this and actually looking at who the club is. But first, let's finalise that deal. Let's get into Henley Town Football Club. So there we go. We've taken the hot seat at Henley Town. The board have announced me as the new manager, and I'm said to be relishing the opportunity to manage at the Triangle, and the Red Kite supporters are sure to be hoping he can make a difference in the team. So that's a good start. So let's have a look at Henley then. So no philosophies, 2018 is when I'm here for, and let's attend the meeting. So I'm looking forward to get started. I would love to know more about the club. Of course, we'll hold the press conference. And again, I'm looking forward to being part of the new team. So that's good. So it looks like I've got no management team with me either. So it looks like it's just me and the chairman in this. So we'll have a look at that in a second. But the social feeds, we've had to obviously subscribe. Well, we've unfollowed the Hellenic Premier League, because we've now followed all of these teams. So as you can see, I'm a Chelsea fan. I also follow Malaga Air as well, and we're going to follow the Hellenic League Division 1E. So there's only 14 teams in this league, and as you can see, we've got Bicester, the Chalfont Wasps, Didcot Reserves, Milton United. So we've got 14 teams to come across. Let's have a look at the actual club. So the club itself, obviously we're at the bottom of the league, so we're not there. We've got a secure reputation. We've got okay finance. Literally just me in the hot seat. And let's have a look at general. So the chairman loves the club. We've got no rivals. We're founded in 1871. We're a semi-professional team. And we've got about 25 season ticket holders with the average season ticket price of £35 and £3 tickets. Let's have a look at the facilities. So we are at the Triangle in the city of Henley-on-Thames with a 1,000 capacity stadium with only 60 seats. It's Henley. It's good condition. So poor basic corporate facilities, poor training facilities, poor youth facilities. That's pretty much what you're going to find in a lower league club. We've got no affiliated clubs, and our history, well, let's say it's there for me to create, even though they've been around since 1871. So they've got a lot of history, but they're just not showing in the game, so it looks like it's mine to create. But before we do that, let's take a brief look at where I'll be managing. So, looking at Hanley Town, this is where they are based. They are based just near Maidenhead, Reading, Slough and Bracknell. Also around the area, High Wycombe is around, and Oxford is probably one of the main cities near. You've got London as well, just to its right hand side. So you've got London, but the nearest city will probably be Oxford, and as you can see, it sits between Reading and Maidenhead. Let's zoom in a bit more. There we go. So it's sitting, oh, I've gone a bit too far in. So there we go, it's sitting right next to the River Thames. So it's still on the River Thames, and as you can see, you've got a Tesco superstore nearby. There's the local train station. There's a Waitrose and also a Townland Memorial Hospital. And it looks like it's to be in Newtown as well. So that is pretty much where Henley is. Let's have a look at some photos of Henley. And let's get back to the game. So we are now back into the game. Hope you've enjoyed those pictures of Henley Town. Let's crack on with what we've got to do. So we're at the Triangle. It's just like a snapshot of basically what I've just told you. Apparently they've never won a competition, but they've enjoyed the best success in the 2000s. So let's hope I can actually bring them some better joy and hopefully get them into the Premier League. But before we got to do that, we've got to hire some coaches and some players, because looking at our squad, there's not one player there. Oh, I like the name of Zach Subkowski. He's English, he's 18, but not really for me. He is definitely not a player for me, I don't think. Not for this league anyway. And if we have a look at my staff, my background staff, look at that. I'm very lowly here. As you can see, I've got the best attacking, defence and technical, and man management I'm not so great at. However, I'm going to bring in one coach to hopefully help with that, but also bring in one scout and one physio. The reason I'm doing this is because in previous saves I brought in a full load of coaching staff and I've ended up going bankrupt very, very quickly. I may get a head of youth development in as well, so we can concentrate on the youth. Although I may leave that to the scout to bring in. Who knows? We'll have to see what happens. So let me just get my staff in. Let me get some players on the way in, and we'll catch up in a bit. So guys, let's have a look at my competition review. So the board have said they would like to make it clear that what they expect from me, and failure could make my club position at the club untenable. They want me to be mid-table, be competitive in the FA Vars, no transfer budget, but a wage of £1,600 per week for all staff. I'm thinking I'm happy with that. So I've got to meet the media now, and they've asked me what made me take this job. So I'm going to absolutely just make it up as we go along. I think they have fantastic ambition, and they want to be successful. So I want to be a part of that. It's my first step at 29. I don't think age is important, of course not. The club's been on a general downward curve. Let's put it this way, I'm going to hopefully help do that. Any player that I get can come to me. I'm positive the club will be the first time. I've got to be careful because I said mid-table, didn't I? I'm going to say there's plenty of work to be done for sure. Absolutely, it's going to be my main focus. I'm not going to talk about my transfer policy. So there you go. I've met the media. I've given my my media talk. Let's see about getting players in. So we're going to take a look now at the squad. So I've been busy. I've brought in some players. I will just show you the schedule as well. So you've only missed the one friendly where we lost 3-1 away from home to Rayners Lane. But at that point, we had no players. We've got a friendly game coming up on Saturday the 22nd. So that's today. We've got a friendly game, so we'll get to see my new team in action. But I haven't created a team, so let's have a look at the new team. So I always play with a wing formation. So 4-4-2, normally like that. So 4-2-4 wide, as they call it. Keep it standard and flexible as the fluid. So that I don't really change anything here. Don't do anything with it here. Don't have to worry about that. Now let's have a look at some of the players I've bought. So for goalkeeping, I got in Connor Barton and Aaron Omand. So Connor looks to be my starter. Again, not the greatest, but he's got good handling, got good reflexes, he's got good aerial reach, he's got good command of the area, as well as kicking and passing, which isn't too bad. So if we're to compare him with the other Hanley Town, Aaron Omand, as you can see, Connor outweighs him in 3 of the departments in the attribute circle, and he only has 2. So for me, Connor's going to get the leg up there. In my fullback position here, I've got quite a few. I can't remember who it is that would be in the position. I think it's Charlie Holmes, who I'd imagine. Let's just have a quick look if there's anyone else. So they can all play in the fullback position. So I think I may stick with Wilkinson then for that. And then in your centre midfield, we've got Bradley. And to go alongside him, let's take... Got a tough choice here. Let's have a look at Michael Hewitt and Jamie Gregory. So let's have a look at Michael Hewitt and Jamie Gregory. Let's see who is the better of the two. Not the greatest, but let's have a look. Jamie Gregory. So Michael Hewitt outweighs Jamie Gregory quite a bit. So we will stick with Michael Hewitt. I think that was a good choice to put him in there. So we'll change him to be a cover defender. And then the final fullback, we've got Lucas Coleman Kerr and Joe Cobb. So let's have a look at them in action and see what they look like. So that is Lucas Coleman Kerr. Again, nothing really standing out for me, however. Let's have a look at Joe Cobb's comparison. So it's fairly even. Actually, Joe Cobb slightly wins it. So what I may actually do is start with Mr. Cobb. So we'll start with Cobb and maybe bring Coleman on, maybe to play around with. So unfortunately, though, he doesn't play as a good He's more of a right back. So, in fact, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start with Coleman Kerr, just purely because he can play naturally in that position. Looking at my midfield, I've got three main midfields. So we're going to go with Milo Downey and Jason Stripp. My wingers, I'm going to go for Ashley Kane, I believe. I think he was quite a good winger. Compare him with Liam Harris, who I bought in. So Liam Harris. I mean, Liam Harris is the better player, but yeah, I think we're going to have to go with Liam Harris on that one, I think, just on that. So Liam Harris, and again, yeah, it shows. So Liam Harris will go there. And then this side we'll have... I'm just going to have a quick look at Maxwell and see what Maxwell can offer to the table as an inside forward. He can offer a bit more, but let's see what he does on the comparison against... Ryan Quirk. It's quite tight. You know, both of them have got better attributes elsewhere. Purely on this, I think I'm going to stick with Maxwell. Purely for the fact that he's got quite a better speed on the wings. Now my forwards, I'm still needing to buy one, but at the moment I've got Tundi, who's then a poacher, and Mohamed Sumaha. So they are my two forwards, and then as my subs, we'll literally just go with... I'll put in Joe Cobb as well. Midfield will be Tom, and then at the moment, because I haven't got a striker, we'll put in Majid, and then the other places will fill up for 6th and 7th. So that is my kind of what my squad's going to look like for the season. I need to go out and buy another striker, but we've also got a friendly game, so I'm going to get the friendly game out of the way, show you guys how we get. Obviously, I'm not going to play the friendly game. It's going to be played by my assistant manager, and we'll see how my assistant manager gets on with the team I've created. So there we go with 1-2-1. It was an unconvincing 2-1 win, and it was Adewemi who got us to victory, so that's good. So I'm going to skip forward to maybe the start of the season now, and hopefully we'll get that new striker in. So hello guys, we are at game day now. Before we go any further, let's take a look at what's happened. I've managed to secure a new striker. I will show you him in a minute, but this is what we've got to look forward to in this calendar for this calendar month. We've got a game just now against AFC Aldermaston, sorry. We've got a game on the 19th and then a game again on the 26th. We are delighted to accept a new one-year sponsorship deal worth 1.2 thousand. And this is the scouting report we've had for Aldermaston from my chief scout. They said that they've got good strength in decisions, work rate. However, their weakness is goals against, and obviously told us what to do for match preparation. So moving ahead to today, just a reminder from the board what they expect. We're mid-table team, be competitive with a transfer budget of nothing, with a wage budget of nothing as well. This is the first weekend of the game, and as you can see there's some key clashes, with the big one being Didcot Reserves versus Wokingham as their highlighted game of the day. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the league in a little bit more detail. There's just getting my fitness report of who maybe shouldn't be able to play or whatnot. Here comes the match preview, but before we do that, let's go to the league. Let's have a look at the league and the preview. So, season preview. The league is about to start, and we were second favourites to win the league a couple of weeks ago. We are now favourites at 2-1 to win the league for it to get off. There's new managers completely in the league. You've got Alan Foster at Bicester, you've got me, Joe Ruffles and Graham Wilkshire all in the league. Key players, we have two key players there. We've got Bradley and Michael, who seem to be there. So this is the media's Dream 11. There you go, that's one of our players. Who else we've got? We've got our goalkeeper, our fullback, our centre back. So it looks like to be, okay, Aldermaston, it looks to be a dream for me. You know, it looks like the media's dream 11, bar Curtis, who I may just have to try and sign now. Let's have a look, see if I can. I can approach to sign him. Let's see if I can get him in the squad, because they said the media dream 11 beforehand. Let's see if we can make the whole 11. I know it's a bit harsh, but there we go. We're 263rd reputation, and our end date is the 26th of May. Let's just have a look at the schedule as well, and I'll show you how we did as well in our friendlies. As you can see, we lost to Dorking Wanderers. Now, if you look at Dorking Wanderers, a 2-1 defeat in a friendly against a team that are in the Bostack Premier. I'm happy with that. Westbury, we beat them 2-0, again in kind of the same division as us, and Mile Oak, again in the same division as us. So, you know, the first game of the season, even though they were in the same division, we had no players. So I'm happy that we only marginally lost to a team higher in the league to us. This is the fixture list. The midpoint of the game seems to be about here. So hopefully, in fact, when we get back to AFC Aldermaston, I will let you know how we got on, and we can see what the club's up to. How about that? So I'm going to leave it here for now. All I will say is, in fact, no, I'll tell you what, we'll play the first game. Why not? Let's play the first game, see how we get underway, see how my team works, and then we can let you go. So at the moment we're 2-5 on to be AFC Aldermaston. Their key, obviously, we've looked at that. We are playing at the AWE Recreation Society with a 2,000 capacity of 79 tickets sold. That's poor, isn't it? So this is my team lineup. This is what we're going to look at. This is how we are going to line up against, and let's have a look and see how well my team does for the first game of the season. So as you can see, they're the two team lineups. I want them to go out there and win. I'm just going to turn the sound off because I don't really want the sound. Key highlights. We're in faster mode, director mode. That'll do perfect. So there we go. We're underway. We are the team in white playing against the team in red. Doesn't look very Impact Stadium, does it? But hey ho. And lovely bid stack promoting along the boards there as well. Look at that, straight in, 1-0 up. Lewis Troke was my new signing, by the way, for the striker, so he's made an impact straight away, scoring on his debut. That's a good start for us. There we go. Troke again involved here. Go. Oh, look at that. He's made it 2-0. This is going to be Troke's league. I have a funny feeling. That's 2 goals now. Only 18 minutes played. So all I can say is I'm actually looking forward to this season. I think promotion should be on the cards for us going into the next league. Obviously, the next league will be the biggest challenge for us. But we just got to keep going. Here we go. This is the third highlight now. 30 minutes played in. And again, it's a lovely ball to Troke. Good save by the goalkeeper there to put it out for a corner. Surely a penalty? No. Well, we made it 3-0, and it's Maxwell, my winger, has made it 3. This is starting to look like an easy league for me. All I need to know, basically for me, all I need to do is keep my head above the water, make sure the finances are okay, and hopefully get promoted. That is my key goals for this season anyway. Keep the finances in check, do well in the league, get promoted. That's all I'm looking for, and that's all I'm hoping to do. So at half time here we are 3-0 up, and all I can say is it is looking very good from us. Obviously I'm going to be happy with the players, although I'm not liking these league attendances, as no one seems to be in the stadium here, so I'm a bit worried about that. No one's coming to watch our games, but this is a completely different. Look at that. There we go. That's a hat-trick there for Troke. Surely going to bring him off on the 60th minute for a standing ovation with the 2 people in the crowd, maybe. Who knows? But we have 4-0 up. I mean, again, that is really good. There we go. Here we go. Oh, good save by the goalkeeper there. just enjoy this game. That's all I'm saying. 4-0 up. To the Prem, episode 1. It's looking positive. That's all I'm saying. Great hold-up play. There we go. He's not getting the goals in, Adewemi, is he? So he may be the one that won't be the strongest link for us, but you never know. He may come up in games when we need him. But for the first game of the season, that is looking very positive. A 4-0 win against AFC Aldermaston. I'm very, very happy with that. The season for this is looking very, very good. So what I'm going to say is, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And let's see if we can get Henley to the Prem.